Welcome to Glanigorse Park in North Wales for round 3 of the Eggers Hyundai Super 1 Rotax and Cadet National Karting Championships. Now, some will argue to be a racing driver, you need bravery, nerve and courage, and to keep a cool head whilst all about you are losing theirs. This year sees the 50th anniversary of an event in history that personifies those traits. And today, Super 1 pays tribute to the bravery, nerve and courage of this man, Vasily Arkhipov, who in 1963 was a submarine officer in the Russian Navy. Now, what's he got to do with the reason we're here today at Glanigorse Park, I hear you ask? Well, almost 50 years ago, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, he was second in command of a Russian submarine whose captain was authorised to fire a nuclear torpedo on a US warship, if he had the agreement of the political officer and the second in command. Arkhipov alone refused, and is probably the reason any of us are here at Glanigorse Park today. Gotta love a bit of history with your motorsport. Round 2 was held at the popular Lakeland Stadium at Rowrah in Cumbria, and in Coma Cadet for drivers from 8 years of age, J.A.G took his first Super 1 Championship win in Final 1 after winning the British Open the weekend before on the same track. But on pole for Final 2, his carburettor dumped on the rolling lap and he failed to make the start line. A disappointing end to the weekend, but strong indications the 9-year-old is on track to achieve a British Championship title by my predicted date of 2014. Coming into round 3, Alex Quinn leads the way on 311 points with Tom Wood on 291 and the pre-season favourite Oliver York on 282. Lewis Thompson, Johnny Edgar and William Petit round out the top 6. In Honda Cadet, the pre-season favourite Cian Jewis scored maximum points at round 1 but had a nightmare round 2. He could only manage 158 out of 160. He won Heat 1 and both finals and is a big points leader into this round. Special mention for Matthew Hayden, the rookie, who finished second in Final 2, coming from 13th on the grid after Final 1. He's now firmly on the radar for the rest of the season and is the leading rookie in 9th place overall. The top 6 include Rory Hudson in second and Matthew Hopcraft third, with Apps, Kimber and Porter the best of the rest. In Minimax, it was business as usual for Connor Hall, who scooped maximum points once more, winning both heats and finals as he did at round 1. The quest for perfection, winning every heat and final for the entire season, is now a possibility. But is it likely? Zelos, Thomas, Robert, Stott and Gamble, amongst others, may have something to say about that. Junior Rotax saw the Chinese driver Guanyu Zhou score 154 points at round 2 compared to Ben Hinsley's 153. He increased his overall lead by 2 points after Josh Price dropped from 2nd to 4th after scoring just 108 at round 2. The consistent Jake Walker, who's moved into the Junior Rotax class from Junior TKM this year, now lies 3rd, up from 6th, with Jay Nidger 5th and Tom Harvey dropping 2 places from 4th to 6th, and his attempt to win his second Super 1 title now hangs in the balance. In Senior Rotax, my pre-season tip Charlie Eastwood stormed into the championship lead after scoring 150 points at round 2, capitalising on a disastrous round for last year's champion and the leader after round 1, Sean Babington. Each driver can drop their worst scoring round at the end of the season, and with Babington only managing 105 points at round 2 out of a maximum 160, if he's going to retain his title, he can no longer afford any similar disasters and will have to drop that as his worst score at season's end if he's going to have any chance of winning. Harry Webb, who secured the championship lead in the Euromax series at the end of May, is still 3rd, with Hodgson and Glear 4th and 5th, and John Stewart, the new British Open champion, dropping from 2nd to 6th after a miserable weekend at his favourite circuit, only managing 100 points at round 2. The Rotax engine classes, Minimax, Junior Rotax and Senior Rotax, have firmly established themselves as the most popular karting classes in the UK, regularly featuring the highest number of competitors in grids at both club and national events, not least due to their push-button electric start and innovation at the time, and reliability, which included a 6-month engine warranty unheard of before or since. Earlier, I spoke to George Robinson, spokesman for the engine importer JAG.
One of the greatest things, of course, is the fact that it's an engine with an extraordinarily long life. This is an engine that would have perhaps a year service interval, or, like a car, significant mileage before it needs servicing. Historically, kart engines needed to be serviced very, very more frequently. The warranty scheme was introduced later because it's actually a fantastic method of getting feedback to the Rotax factory of items that might be failing on a regular basis. So if they find themselves with stock-in faults, they can improve on that component. We've now got a product that is very nearly foolproof. I mean, yes, things do happen because it's motor racing, but the product is incredibly reliable, and believe it or not, we're still seeing engines, 1997, 1998 production engines, that have never been serviced to this day.
Let's tackle one of the tough questions that I know other people watching this in karting would want me to ask you. The engine's sealed. Seals versus an unsealed engine where you can change a piston rather than have to send it off to an engineer. Just talk to me about the reasons behind the engines being sealed in the first place.
The engine sealing, yes, it's an extremely emotive subject, and I had the job of going and visiting the service centres that do this sealing on our behalf. And what we're interested in with these guys is that they work to a very, very good standard. Every engine that is sealed, they have to return to us a fiche sheet which has got something like 35 measurements that they have to take, and they're very, very fine measurements. Some of them are to microns. So they need the right equipment, and they need to be capable of doing the job properly. And that's fundamental to the reliability of the units. And it's fundamental to the warranty that we offer on these engines, because it's not just a warranty on a new product, it's warranty on a rebuilt product. So every replacement part, a genuine replacement part fitted by a service centre to a sealed engine, is also warranted. So if you buy a new engine in 2002, for example, and you have it serviced on a regular basis and you fit a new conrod when required, that engine could almost go through its entire life under warranty. That's unique in motorsport, and it's been one of the blue chips of this. It's probably the best marketing tool that Rotax actually created. The sealing of engines started here in the UK. The UK has always been in the top 3 in the world market. In spite of the size of the country and the size of the population, we're still in the top 3 in the world market. So the sealing process has been hugely successful. It's hard to administer. We've got a full-time member of staff just looking after the administration of that, keeping the records, and we have scrutineer seminars down at our factory, and to a man they're all amazed by the traceability. You can ring up, you buy an engine, any engine number, quoted whenever you like, over the phone, and within 5 minutes you can have a full case history on what that engine's been, who it's been serviced by, when and where, and what parts have been fitted. Well, I say it myself, it's impressive.
Now, if you think karting is only for the able-bodied, think again. Brian Roberts has no use of his legs, but hasn't allowed that to stop him buying a kart, adapting it with hand controls in his own workshop, and using it not only for fun days out, but actually racing in MSA events. Yesterday, I caught up with this remarkable man. Okay, Brian, tell me a little bit about your condition, first of all.
I'm a paraplegia. I had a motorbike accident in 1996. That left me paralysed from the waist down, so I have no movement in my legs. So that's my condition. Yeah.
Okay, so how did this come about then, karting for you?
Karting for me, motorsport has been in my blood since I was young, doing motocross, rallying and things, and sadly enough I had a motorbike accident in 96. Luckily in 2003 this track GYG came here, and I came here to have a look, and I thought I would like to take part in karting. So I found a way of trying to get a kart, trying to adapt it, doing my hand controls myself, and soon as I was there or thereabouts on the pace straight away, so it was something something back in motorsport.
Yeah, and you're racing in MSA events, aren't you? The Rotax engine, clearly for you, a real benefit because it's a push-button start, so very easy to start for you. You don't need to be pushed. But just talk us through the controls you've got here, the hand controls.
Well, these hand controls, I made them myself because then nobody does them in the country, really. Like, I tried to use the Sonati control with a twist grip, and that didn't work for me. So I went back to my old design. I made these in my little workshop. They're working okay, but they're not ideal. You know, I would like an engineer really to work with me to try and improve my controls to have them working better. But like, this is the throttle this side, that works the throttle, and this is the brake on this side, and I've got a master cylinder here. But they work fine, but they're not as powerful as the original what you get with the karts, you know, from manufacture.
Okay, so ideally what you're looking for then, possibly an engineer to come forward and help you to improve what you have at the moment?
Exactly. I've got a good idea what I want. It's just a matter of getting a bigger master cylinder, and hopefully my dream is to get thumb and a brake throttle. Then you're really in control, because with the Rotax you really have to feed the throttle in very smoothly, and this is like a switch off and on really. But thumb and brake throttle will be ideal situation for me really, and it'll improve my lap times, you know, a lot. Okay,
and in terms of your performance, you're doing pretty well at the moment. I think you're second in the Cheshire Kart Club Championship at Hooton Park, aren't you? You race here at Glannygorse Park as well.
Yeah, I won the Masters, Rotax Masters last year here, the championship, and I won the same in Cheshire Kart Club in Hooton. I won the Masters Championship there. So I'm trying to retain both of them this year. I've done the two, you know, I'm second in the championship in Hooton at the moment, in Cheshire Kart Club, and I've been here, I've won the two events here, and you know, I was up there with the top guys in the Senior Max in the last event. You know, there was top guys, Super Ones here, so I wasn't far off. So you know, I'm getting there, but you know, I could improve quite a lot if I could sort my controls and a bit more funding really, because I got these tyres donated for me, or new tyres off this guy Simon Coates. He gave me the tyres to do this event last week, so thanks to him for giving me the tyres, and then I'll use these this weekend and all, so I have to use the same tyres for two events, otherwise I won't be able to race, you know. So. Okay,
so you're looking for an engineer to come forward and help you, but clearly you can help other people who might have similar sort of condition to yourself. You mind us giving out your details, your phone number? If we can put that on the screen. So if anybody's got a similar sort of condition, is interested in coming into karting, you can help them out.
Yes, I would be gladly to help them out, and you know, it's something I want to do really, because I had to go through a process of going up to Collinbrook to the head of MSA to prove that I could get out of the karts and to get my license. I was one of the first ones to get the license in 2003, so I could guide somebody, you know, on the right path all the way through, and you know, because I had to do my controls to even have a go on the kart, but I would give people opportunity to have a go, and if they like it, they'll know then that's the way they want to go. And if they want to contact me, I've got my own website, it's www.77motorsports.co.uk. So leave me a message, and then it's linked up to my Facebook, and then I'll be gladly to put somebody on the right road, you know. So.
Okay, Brian, thanks very much. It's fantastic, great.
Thanks, Al.
Now, after the interview, Brian showed me this nifty piece of kit. It's a kart trolley, but it's electric. It lifts the kart automatically off the ground, puts it on the trolley at the push of a button, and if you press the reverse button, it takes it off the trolley and places it down on the ground. Now, if you're in karting, tell me you don't fancy this piece of kit. If you've got a bad back, this is definitely for you. How cool is that? Fantastic. That's all for part one. In part two, we get underway with the racing. It's the Honda Cadet class up first and an interview with the youngest driver in the field. Don't go away.